Hey there, campers. And of course, by campers, I mean anyone who's asleep outside or asleep inside or awake outside or awake inside. Really, really everybody. I'm just trying to cover as large a range as possible. Who is this video for? Um, I guess my Facebook friends or whoever, which is a very large range of people. It includes some people that I'm very very close to, and others whom I may barely know. But um, I think it's cool that you exist, and hopefully you think it's cool that I exist, and that's kind of the baseline of Facebook friendship, and um, then it gets get more intense depending on the individual relationship. But it's like people who are important to me, and just really everybody that I know at all, I guess. Um, so I've been someone who I've written things. Mostly jokes is what I tend to write on social media, or things that are of significance, and I think jokes are of significance. So the significance all around. It's very rarely I've tried to publish things in video format. Vlog, I believe, is the term. Um, yeah, I've done it a few times. I haven't done it in a couple of years. It's usually been when I've had a few too many beers, which is probably um, more often than it should be. It's kind of a vulnerable confession. I guess the whole format is pretty conducive to vulnerable confession. Um, but what am I trying to say? I guess I shouldn't do this unless I write everything down. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty meandering, and it is obviously meandering. But I do have a general idea of what I want to say. I guess I'm thinking about this time of year. Memorial Day is imminent, and it's theoretically a day for honoring the dead, the fallen in war. And it's not necessarily those fallen in war um, whom I'm most interested in honoring or remembering right now. Um, but life is a fucking war. Um, and this time of year brings back a lot of memories for me because this is the period, the end of May, when you know it's the warming of the world and the renewal, the rebirth of spring, um, and it's always been one of my favorite times of year. Um, and in recent years, I've actually had occasion to associate it very closely with loss. Um, because my father died 2 years ago this month, which is still a very fresh experience for me, because we were very close, and I'm wearing a Chicago Bears shirt that I inherited from him. I don't really know anything about football, but the only reason I would be wearing a Chicago Bears shirt is because of him. Uh, and my mom also died in April, so that's 11 months later, um, April of last year. So it was right around the same time of year I lost both of my parents. And if you go back just a few years, I lost one of my very best friends in May of 2012. someone who went way too soon, and someone who I wish was still here. Someone who I was privileged to share a lot of my life with, to kind of go through it with him. And, the thing is, I miss my mom and dad so much. But at least they got to live, a few decades. They got their 70. And my friend Rob didn't. And that still hurts me a lot. And all of these losses weigh on me a lot. And I guess I just wanted to express that feeling of being wounded and being adrift. Because even though it's a pretty awesome time of year, it comes around and it brings those memories. And I feel like I dream of my parents almost every night, in one way or another, wishing that I could say my goodbyes to them. Wishing I could tell them that I'm okay. I wish I could tell myself that I'm okay. Because it's sort of an open question, but no, I mean, I am okay. It's just that, I just wish everybody who wasn't here was still here. Another one of my best friends lost her dad in May too, some years ago, and I really liked that guy, even though I didn't know him that well. I mean, it's another person that I wish I could see again. And I remember talking to yet another friend about grief and loss just about a month ago or so. A close friend and mentor of hers had died. And we had a little Facebook Messenger conversation about it. And she wisely and grimly noted, there's more to come, isn't there? And that's true too. Because as long as you live, and as much as you reach out to others and form relationships and bonds with others, you are gonna experience more loss. You're gonna experience more grief, and I realize that's kind of the price of admission. This ride that we're on is really, really fantastic, and it's great to be on it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. But the price of admission of this ride is that not everybody who starts it with you or who you meet along the way is going to be there when it's over. A few weeks ago, I was home in Chicago. I was staying with friends. And my friends have pretty young baby who's, I think he's about 8 months old, maybe 6 to 8 months old. And his name is Safin. And I was on their couch and I was sleeping on the couch, and I woke up in the morning to see my friend holding his baby in his arms, and I saw that. I saw my friend and his baby, and I was like, I just wanted to say to the baby, Safin, you lucky son of a bitch. You've got a dad. And enjoy that while you can. Hopefully a really long time. Yeah, I don't know. What is the point of sharing such intense emotions with people who range from the to the very close to the barely mutually cognizant. I'm not sure. The point is, I wanted to reach out to someone tonight, and if you've made it to the end of this video, which is close to 15 minutes now, I thank you for that. I thank you for listening. And anytime you want me to listen to you, I'll listen to you. So that'll be the payback for that. I think that if I could choose when I died, I think I would probably choose to die in May, like these people close to me have. April or May. April in my mom's case, but May is good because you just have that optimism of the summer stretched before you. A Friday evening in May, the end of May. That'd be the ideal time. I'm hoping it'll be a few decades hence. But yeah. And you hope people loved you, and you hope people remembered you. I loved people, and I remember them.